Giants' versatile running back. He'll be a focal point of his offense this week. It's the Giants and the Eagles, and it comes your way next.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you talked about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
Three-quarters of the NFL season are complete. What works in our final month? We're underway in Week 14. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. Philly's offense getting ready, and Jalen Hurts ready to lead them. The second-round pick who started his career at Alabama, then finished with an electric senior season at Oklahoma.
You talk about the pause that refreshes. I think it's come at a perfect time of the year for them, hasn't it? You know, it's the season is starting to wind down, got a little bit of a break. But how about the guy calling the signals? He's got to be excited about that because now he didn't just get a game plan for 1 week. He's able to work on it for 2 weeks. I can't wait to see if they have anything special in store for him today.
Only a couple for him there on the game's first play, and it's second down. A handoff to Barkley on the option. And he'll take this to the 32, a gain of about 3. You talk about this Giant defense. Into this game, they're ranked number 22 in the NFL against the pass, Charles.
And I think you're going to see some changes in the offseason, whether it's through the draft, free agency, maybe even both. They definitely need some help in the secondary.
Caught right side, it's Jeffrey. And he is going to have an Eagles first down. He needed 5. He got it barely, as it will officially go down as a gain of 5 yards. Got this complete to Jahan Dotson. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. A couple of first downs on the drive already, as they'll go from the 47 now on first down. Hurts. He dumps it off to Barkley. And they get to him after a gain of 6 to the 46. From the 46, here's the 2nd and 4. On the option left, it's Hurts. And he'll get this down only to about the 46. 7th play of the drive now as they come up on a 3rd and 3. From the gun, it's Hurts. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Giants' 32-yard line. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks. Well, on 3rd down, he wanted to go to one of his most dependable targets, and that's who he found, his tight end there, to pick up the first, Charles.
And you use the proper word there, dependable, and sometimes spectacular, because tight ends nowadays, they can do it all. But they're the guys you trust, especially across the middle of the field where there's traffic. He delivers, and they pick up nice yardage.
Here's Hurts to throw. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively. And now it brings up 3rd down. Throwing is Hurts. He's got his running back out of the backfield. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Giants' 13-yard line. 12 yards there as they move the chains. From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. Hurts sets up to throw it. And it's caught. And the Eagles are going to be set up with a 1st and goal on a pass play that moves them all the way down to the 1. A terrific opening drive has them knocking on the door, 1st and goal. Barkley. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage.
Brought down behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of 1. Brings up 2nd and goal at the 1-yard line.
They'll send a receiver in motion left. He'll get an opportunity with it on the touch pass. And a great read by the secondary. They come up to stop that touch pass before it can even get back to the line.
A loss of 2 on the play. It's 3rd down.
One of the tight ends comes in motion. And Barkley will try to punch it in. And not going to be able to push this forward. He runs into a wall right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play that time. So a big stop, and it's going to leave him with a 4th and goal. This is a long drive offensively. Wouldn't you hate to end this with just 3 points?
Doesn't it feel like during a ball game you have certain narratives going on and there's certain drives that seem to take on just a bit more importance than others? This feels like one of those, doesn't it? To me, 3 points here, a major letdown. This is the time to go and put 6 on the board.
So a long drive gets him down inside the 5, but ultimately they settle for just the field goal.
And I have to think that if maybe they were a yard closer, that would have made their decision tougher, and I think they likely would have gone for it. But in this situation, they just decided to take the 3, and I think it was a smart move.
So here are the Giants ready to start their initial drive of the game. And a glance here at their shifty mobile signal caller.
I tell you what, when he is on schedule for that week, secondaries take notice because you've got to stay alert back there on every snap. A truly powerful arm, one that's capable of challenging any level of the defense on any given play. That's why so many scouts preach arm talent when preparing for the NFL draft. A quarterback with arm strength to make every throw in the book, he's an asset to have in any offense.
That would have set him back nearly 10 yards here on 1st down on the sack. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. Now a first carry here for their running back. And this one will go to the 28-yard line. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for 3rd down. They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he will have a Giants 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. When you give up points on the opening drive, in this case a field goal, you'd hate to go 3 and out. They avoid that.
They do, and it's also walking that fine line mentally, too, as a coach, isn't it? Because you want to emphasize to your team exactly what you said. All right, we gave up a field goal. Let's go back and at least equal that, guys. But if we don't, you don't want them to feel like it's the end of the world either. Nice that they were able to pick up the 1st down there, help them relax a little bit.
And Gresham's got it over the middle. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20. So from Philadelphia territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 36. They'll look to throw here. There's a short one to the tight end, Johnson. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. Another good gain. That's now 35 yards combined on those last 2 plays. On 1st down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6. 2nd and 6. Looking to throw. It's complete to Robinson. Will go down as a gain of 6. And that's going to make it 3rd down and less than a yard. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he has the 1st down before he's tackled at the 5. It's a gain of 6 as they're able to convert, and now it's 1st and goal. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. Giant football, and we're ready to begin the 2nd quarter as they go to work on a 1st and goal. They'll look to throw. This is caught, and he takes this down to about the 2 before going out of bounds. From the 2 now, 2nd and goal. He'll drop to throw. And that is caught. He's got it for a giant touchdown. A great play there with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Giants have taken the lead. An out route there for the score, a quick out route there for the score.
Yeah, you're not really surveying the defense on this one. You're just counting on timing, making this play happen. 1-2, ball's out of his hands, knows where he's going, just puts it to the outside. Touchdown.
Extra point splits the uprights, and that makes it a 7-3 lead. A 10-play drive that time, and it was finished off by a touchdown by the New York Giants. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. It's caught, Smith. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. First play of the drive going for 14 and also going for a first down.
First and 10 at the 43-yard line.
They go play action with Hurts. And he's got his man in stride. And he lost the football. And it looks like one of the DBs has it. And his crew will take over at their own 45-yard line.
I don't know about you, but I'm going to go to the positive side this time. Yeah, there was a fumble at the end of this one, but what a sustained drive. And if they keep stringing those together, you got to like their chances.
And credit the defense, though. You're out there for that long, you start to get tired, but they were able to get the turnover.
Did you just credit the defense?
I like to credit the defense and the offense.
I like you.
And the analysts.
That's perfect.
Good starting field position for the New York Giants here as they come up 1st and 10 at the 45. They'll try and start this drive in the air. That is incomplete. Well, prior to that, he had hit his first 6 passes to start the game, so on a nice little run to begin.
It feels like this offense has carried its dress rehearsal into the game. You know, because you do practice it, you do go through it, and in this case, it is clicking exactly like they drew it up.
9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be 3rd and less than a yard. Now they'll run it on the toss. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. Now we've got a Giant player here slow to get up after that last play. Well, the medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break. And the Giants send out their punter now. Back deep for Philadelphia, Devontae Smith. And this will be out of bounds. Now it's a question of where they'll mark it. And they'll say it crosses at the 11-yard line. The Eagles offense and Jalen Hurts ready to take over once more. And he continues to be a nightmare for teams to defend in the red zone. You see the graphic. He's 2nd in the NFL in terms of rushing touchdowns by a quarterback. They'll come out throwing here on 1st down. Trying to find Barkley on the out route, and he's got it. And he is out of bounds, able to get it across the 20-yard line. A 1st down carry for Barkley. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up.
He was brought down at the 26. A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on. 3rd down.
3rd down and 6 yards to go.
They're going to look to throw. And they're going to have this across midfield inside the 45. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a 1st down.
On 3rd down, he obviously wants to throw the football, but there's nowhere to go with it, so he takes off and goes. And nowadays, he gets to the 1st down marker, he blows right past it and picks up big yardage. Partner, that's a great bit of improvisation.
They'll look to throw here on first down. Wide open receiver complete. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down. Jeffrey will go in motion right. He's going to handle it on the touch pass. Oh, and this one may need to go back to the drawing board. He's going to be swallowed up right away. So 2nd and 4 from the 22.
Brings up 2nd and 4.
Back to throw here. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. He's up over 50 yards receiving now in this first half. It's a first down.
1st and 10 at the 15-yard line.
Hurts completing this one quickly. So just 3 yards on the completion there. And it'll be 2nd down.
A 3-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 7 at the 12-yard line.
Again, he'll drop to throw. This one goes out wide for Barkley. And the Eagles are going to be set up with a 1st and goal on a pass play that moves them all the way down to the 1.
Complete to number 26, Saquon Barkley. 1st and goal at the 1-yard line.
It'll be Hurts on the option. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. Back at the 5-yard line now, 2nd and goal.
At the 5-yard line.
They'll set up to throw. Well, throw on the run, but that's going to be incomplete. That was the first time that they've targeted him that he has not come down with a catch.
He's caught everything that's been thrown his way. A dominant pass receiver that can break down any defense, because when he's doing that kind of work, it really hurts you.
And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. A 5-yard touchdown. And the Eagles are able to move back in front. Extra point by Butker is on target. And the lead is now 10-7. And one of the books has a 12-point drive. The result of Philadelphia in the end zone. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. And New York set to take the field. Charles, a very uninspired effort the last time we saw them out there. Was a quick 3-and-out, then they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
Back to throw now on first down. There's a short one caught by Johnson. It'll be a gain of 5, and it'll be 2nd down. They'll look to throw. Open man, that's Malik Neighbors. His first catch, good for 9 and a first down. It's complete to Cruz. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. It's a gain of 11 and a giant first down. They'll look to throw again. Over the middle, he completes it to Robinson. And he's got this down to the 35. Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time and a first down. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Cruz has it over the middle. And they're able to get this one past the 30 to the 25-yard line. 11 more on that one and another first down. 2 minutes remaining in the first half. 10-7, our score. Back to throw again. That one taken in by Neighbors. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down. Second and a couple.
at the 7-yard
They'll drop the throw. Over the middle, complete. That's Cruz. And the Giants are going to have a first and goal as he'll be taken down at the 7-yard line. So it's first and goal and a great opportunity to get that lead back before the break. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Touchdown, Giants! A great effort there with his second touchdown of the game, number 8 on the season. And the Giants will take the lead here in the final minute of the first half. That could be an important swing right there, a touchdown of the final minute of the half to take the lead.
And I like the point you just made there. Could be an important swing because now that they have the lead, if they can carry that into the locker room at the half, they'll feel really good about what they accomplished in the first 2 quarters.
Extra point right down the middle. And the lead is now 14-10. So that drive takes them down the field in 8 plays. And it was polished off by a Giants touchdown. The kicking team out there for the Giants as they will send this one away. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. The Eagles offense and their quarterback headed out for this next possession. And his ability to use his legs has given the defense fits when trying to game plan. He's currently 2nd in the NFL in rushing yards by a QB. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. Hurts sets up to throw it. And he'll get this underneath, dropping it off for Barkley. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. And Hurts is going to be hit and taken down to the ground. The Giants going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as it'll come with 36 ticks to go in half number 1. Now the Giants will use the second of their 3 timeouts. And they will bottle him up behind the line, and now will they use a timeout? The Eagles send out their punter now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. It's a 47-yard punt, return of 6. And it'll be Giant football, 1st and 10. And the Giants with one final possession here in this first half. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Buried by multiple defenders on the drive's first play.
Well, certainly going to be a lot tougher adding a touchdown to that lead now since they're facing 2nd and 20+. Big-time sack to start the drive and put the opponent way back. Let's see what kind of play call they come up with here.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. More from you and Charles in a bit. But first, time for a look around the NFL to see what's going on here in the late window. We'll begin just outside Washington at Commanders Field in Landover, where you see the final score there. Dak Prescott strong in the victory as it pushes his guys back above the 500 mark on the year. From there, we head on over to Wisconsin to check on the Packers at home at Lambeau Field. And they were winners in their ball game as they were able to handle the visiting New York Jets. Aaron Rodgers sharp in the victory as his guys get back within a game of 500. Lastly, we're off to the Rocky Mountains, Denver, Colorado. See what's happening with the Broncos. And they have the lead in that one over the visiting Chiefs. A touchdown run there for Antonio Gibson. This has certainly been a fun one to watch so far. We knew this was going to be a battle, but we have not been disappointed. This is the kind of game that could wind up hinging on which side can play mistake-free football the rest of the way.
Okay, Coach, thanks as always. This one's still anyone's game as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. Second half ready to get rolling. The Giants with a lead, and they are set to receive this kick. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. The Giants offense set to begin this third quarter. And they've got the lead. CD, what do you think the message was at halftime?
I don't think the message was too drastic, I think, at the half, or that they need to change things too much. I do think the offensive line could play a little bit better. I think they'll try and help them out in a few more times and maybe add a running back to the formation to pick up those pass rushers, because they probably allowed a few too many sacks for comfort in the first half.
And he'll get positive yardage there as he'll be touched down.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on second down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives him much better opportunity to convert on third down.
Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he will have a Giants first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
And that's well executed there on third down. And I love the confidence that they had to let their tight end try and find some space in the middle of the field, right in their quarterback's line of vision. And QBs love to make that easy throw, and they hooked up there for a first down.
There's a short one to the tight end, Johnson. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. 17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling.
And it's a real luxury when you have a guy who can turn a short throw into a solid gain at any moment. Once he caught that ball, he ID'd where the open grass was and got there in a hurry to pick up a new set of downs for his offense.
And somehow he's going to get a yard out of this as he fought through that first contact. It's second down. Second and 9 now. Pressure comes and down he goes. The Eagles get there for the sack. We'll wind up losing a full 9 yards here on the sack. Now it's third down.
Well, someone's closing in on the league lead in sacks. He came into the game in the top 5. Now you add 2 more to his total.
Seventh play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on third down. They'll look to throw here. And a catch made by Johnson. And he gets this only to the 41. Not near enough for the first. Gonna go for a gain of 7. And that's gonna bring up a fourth down. And I tell you what, he got it from 58. That had lots of leg behind it. And that moves him up by a touchdown now at 17-10. Well, looking at it from a defensive perspective, that keeps the deficit very, very manageable. You know, all things considered, not a bad job on the defensive side.
I would say that you pointed out something pretty good right there, and that is you actually have both sides happy with that exchange. You know, happy in quotes, of course. One team, hey, we've kept it within range. The other side saying, hey, we put points on the board and did stretch out the lead. Let's see how this one turns out.
Yeah, still bottom line, though, 3 points for the opening drive of the third quarter. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And their deficit a little wider now than it was at halftime following the field goal and ready to go.
But the goal is still the same because you know they want to come out, establish a rhythm in the second half, and get going. Make no mistake about it, though. Kicking field goals, not in their game plan. They need to get the ball in the end zone.
From the gun, it's Hurts. And he'll hit Jeffrey complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 5th catch of the afternoon, and that gives him a first down. Barkley, inside handoff. And he'll be pretty well stopped in his tracks. Give him a yard up to the 42.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secured before they slide off and try and chip someone at the second level.
Here's Hurts to throw. Over the middle, it's complete. And almost, but not quite. Needed 10, he got 9. 4th down.
I thought maybe when he caught it, he'd have a good chance of getting that first down, but that's a nice job of holding him up and preventing him from getting to the sticks.
His first punt, 48 yards. This one looks equally as good. And this is going to carry well into the end zone for a touchback. The Giants offense and their quarterback ready to go once more. And as we show you some of the highlights from earlier, he has been instrumental in getting his guys the lead as he looks to finish strong and close this one out. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that well, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try to increase your lead in a big way. The best way to do it, touchdowns.
He's got his man Cruz. That's good. The completion there for 7 yards, and it'll be second down.
He decided to run a hitch route. It really helped to have a guy who could turn it loose. And boy, he rifled one in there on that one. Not much run after catch, but it worked really well.
2nd and 3. That's complete. It's Neighbors. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. That is his 951st NFL reception, so 49 away from 1,000, but 951, that ties him with Andre Reed.
Oh, I love the trigger there because Andre Reed caught the ball any part of the field and specialized in traffic, similar to what we've seen throughout his career as well. Does not mind going across the middle and making big-time catches.
Here's 2nd and 8. Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes inbounds. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. 3rd down, here's Tracy. He gets away from one. And he will have first down yardage as he's brought down at the 41. Give him the 3rd down conversion, 5 yards on the play. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39. This is 2nd and 8. They'll set up a throw. He gets this one to Johnson. So the completion good for 7 there. And they'll be faced with a 3rd and inches. Now back to throw. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. And they keep those sticks moving forward, that time with a gain of 3.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. There's a short one caught by Johnson. And he has another first down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 15-yard line.
It's a gain of 10. And the Giants first down.
And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the 3rd quarter has come to a close. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. And welcome back. We are in the city of brotherly love, Philadelphia. Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. It's the Giants with the football and also the lead as we get set to start quarter number 4. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. 2nd and 10. They'll go again with Tracy. And he stopped after only a yard, taking it down to the 14.
Sometimes you're aligned perfectly and the play comes to you, and sometimes you got to cover some ground to go make the play, as we just saw there.
We saw a great example of perseverance right there on that play.
Got to be careful. They might want to throw one over his head as this game progresses.
Give him a couple on the run as it brings up a 4th down.
Well, that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun, and they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short game.
So here we go. Maybe the biggest kick of the game forthcoming. This to make it a two-score game. Bates' kick is good. And they double him up here. That makes our score 20-10. So that CD, an important one here in the fourth quarter.
And that importance cannot be overstated. All eyes on both sidelines were staring that one down all the way. The significance is that they made it a two-score game. Still lots of time left to go, but likely that was their goal at the start of the drive. Get 3 points, make it a two-score game, and they were able to get it done.
The home team's offense and their quarterback set to take the field once more. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. And the complexion of this one has changed a fair amount. That last field goal made it a two-score game, so they need to get points out of this drive relatively quickly. It's brought in by Jeffrey. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first. They'll try the right side here. Barkley. And boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain. Here's 2nd and 10. Hurts. Over the middle, brought in by Dodson. And a first down as the tackle's made at the Giants' 38-yard line. A good pick up there of 20 yards. You cannot write these guys off just yet, not with a quarterback like that under center.
You mean it actually crossed your mind with him running the team that you could actually maybe write this game off?
Not yet.
Not a chance. Not with him. We've seen it too many times.
Throwing is Hurts. It's caught on the right side at Smith. So the completion good for 6 yards. And that's going to bring up 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 4 at the Giants' 32-yard line.
He'll look to throw. This ball tipped, and it's going to be incomplete. Fortunate maybe to get that back. It's 3rd down. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. Again, he'll drop to throw. He's got his target. That's complete. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Giants' 20-yard line. A strong pickup of 11 keeps their drive alive.
First and 10 at the 20-yard line.
Throwing from the gun, it's Hurts. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Smith. And the Eagles are going to be looking at 1st and goal as they move this down to the 4-yard line.
It's all pretty simple sometimes, isn't it? Go where the defenders are not, and he does exactly that. Makes a nice catch to move the chains. Defense, got to find a better way of accounting for the shorter routes that are being run against them.
They'll look to throw again. And it'll be intercepted. And the Giants are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20. Well, field goals probably aren't going to cut it at this point. This was touchdown or bust, and unfortunately for them, it turned out to be bust.
Yeah, they're feeling like they've got to force the issue here. Maybe take some chances they wouldn't have earlier in the game. But give credit to this defense. They've really stood tall throughout, and they come up with the interception in the end zone.
New York set to take the field. They have to like the position that they are in. 4th quarter, 2-score lead, and now the ball back after the INT. And intercepted, maybe the turning point they need. And he's able to get it back to right around the 27. Now with that interception, you feel like we've got a ball game again. Remember, 2-score contest and still time left here in the 4th.
And in the old days, not too long gone either. Throwing the ball here would have been an absolute no-no, but the way the game's played now, throwing it makes sense. You just have to be careful when you put it in the air.
The home team's offense and running back Saquon Barkley ready to get going again. And he's had his fair share of troubles in this one, unfortunately. This defensive front has wreaked havoc throughout the contest, and he hasn't been able to create enough space to make something positive happen to this point. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. That'll be a pickup of 10 as they try to recover from this 10-point deficit. So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. They'll send a receiver here in motion right. Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. Looking for Jeffrey, and it's intercepted. And the Giants are going to take possession here at their own 33. But here in the 4th quarter, defensively, you know that you're just going to blanket the field with defensive backs and say, okay, take your best shot. And that time, it's intercepted.
And we've often seen teams go into the prevent early, way too early, and sometimes they get too soft in their coverages, but not in this case. They understood the situation and played it with the proper aggression.
And the Giants ready to come out now. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking 1st downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, 1st downs, they can't touch the ball.
The completion, but they go in the wrong direction. A loss of yards, and now they're dealing with a 2nd and long.
I really like the angles that the tacklers came from on that play. They secured inside, took away the cutback. The sideline's there, so he can only go so far outside. They're able to close in and tackle him for a loss.
Yeah, they use your boy over there, the 12th man. Sammy Sideline, right?
Sammy Sideline. You know something? He tackles pretty well, too.
He's tougher than an airport steak. The offense on 3rd down, they've had good success, 5 for 8 to this point. Here it's 3rd and 3. The play action fake, they'll look to throw. Eagle pressure, too much this time. Down he goes. More than one defender there, and that's a loss of 5 on the sack. A CD, a little bit of feast or famine for him. He's had some success throwing the football, but also now he's been sacked 4 times.
Yeah, you just mentioned the 4 sacks, but you're right. He has managed to hang in there and make plays at times. His offensive line, they've got to figure it out and pick things up and give him more opportunities, and he has to help them by getting rid of the ball a little bit quicker as well.
Eagles set and ready for their next offensive drive. And this group has suffered far too many self-inflicted wounds thus far as we run through some of the mistakes. It's darn near impossible to win in this league when you're turning the ball over at the frequency that they have. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. Their defense was able to force the punt. That's the good news, but this is still a 2-score game, and they need points on this drive and in a relatively quick manner. They'll get this out to Barkley complete. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. The big play to start him out has him at the 45 already. Hurts sets up to throw it. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 10.
Back to throw. Smith catches left side. Broken tackle. That'll leave him with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. He's going to get that to his running back out of the backfield. And he is going to have an Eagles 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Back to throw again. He's got Smith here. He's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. Here's 2nd and a yard. Here's Hurts to throw. And he'll get this underneath, dropping it off for Barkley.
And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this.
2 timeouts still remaining, but scoring quickly, a must. It's 1st and 10.
Back to throw here. This will be caught just inside the 10.
Here's 2nd down.
They'll drop the throw. Touchdown, Eagles. Saquon Barkley adding to his NFL record in touchdowns.
And the Eagles have made it a 1-score game again here in the 4th.
Okay, game on. Don't go anywhere yet. You got a 1-score game now. Probably going to rely on the onside kick coming up.
Yeah, they have to. It's not a high percentage play, but it's better than not having a chance at all. And that's when you put your leapers and your flyers on one side, get that high hop, and hope that one of the guys can come up with it.
And on the other side, get that hands team ready.
No doubt about it.
And this is going to be covered up by the Giants. The risk-reward of the onside kick. When you don't get it, the risk comes out to play, and here they gave up great field position.
And that's the key to everything, because you're trying your best to press advantages when you have them, and field position leads you to that type of play calling, and whether you want to blitz or whether you want to throw the ball deep, those types of things. Now that they've given up that type of field position, the advantage is switched to their opponent.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And checking the timeouts, they do have 2 defensively, but no real need to use them as they're not going to be able to stop the clock after that. Now the Eagles will use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
Another run on 2nd down, trying to cover up. And he is going to have a New York 1st down, and the Giants are going to win the football game.
Focus, boys. Focus.
And the Giants will kneel it here out of the victory formation. Down to a knee one more time, and that should just about do it.
Yeah, it's fun to kneel down in front of your home crowd, but when you go on the road, that band of brothers attitude, right, just us against the world, and get it done, how happy are they?
I remember a coach at a previous stop telling me, you get a win on the road, doesn't matter the opponent, get out of there like you stole something, and they did in this one.
What a finish in this one, Charles. You know, this group, they come in, they have to fight a hostile atmosphere every snap. They get the late score, they get the victory, and that flight home, it's going to be a little sweeter after this one.
And Brandon, just like you, I was fired up for that last sequence. How about that? Wouldn't you have loved to have been in the huddle when they were mounting that game-winning drive? Big-time moment. No one shied away from it. They tuned out the crowd, kept their heads, and executed the way they needed to earn that win.
So for the Giants, the win is their 5th of the year as they move to 5-8. And they'll head back home next week to take on the Chicago Bears. Meanwhile, for the Eagles, you wonder what this will do to their playoff prospects as they fall to 8-5. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. That'll do it for us. I'm Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. Thanks to our entire crew as well. We'll talk to you next time. So long, everybody.